Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever the side of the diaspora that you own, I want to welcome you to the Mental House with your host, Khadija. And today, as y'all can see, I got on my fatigues because we are really at war. War is what we are in. Now, whether we want to accept that, whether we want to live our lives according to that is another thing. But it's definitely the truth. We are at war. I want to inform y'all of what we here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin have to deal with. I'm sure y'all have been introduced to our beloved sheriff all over the country. We have people making fun of him and us, um, rightfully so, because there's no way in the world in the year 2015 that people should have to see a big Uncle Tom like this saying that there is no racism that exists. And Black Lives Matter is all you know, what is it, a group of people that want to team up with ISIS to take over America. I mean, listen, Sheriff Clarke is an idiot. He is an alleged wife beater. We know all about Sheriff Clarke here. He was a damn good police officer. He was promoted by the first and only black police chief that we had, Arthur Jones. And from there, he was promoted actually by Lieutenant Governor, the sitting Lieutenant Governor, McCallum, who appointed him sheriff of Milwaukee County. And McCallum, by the way, is Republican. And we've been confused ever since. He runs as a Democrat. He talks crazy like a Tea Partyist. And then that's exactly what he is. He's a black Klansman. But White Power! That's what he is. I mean, he's just a Klansman. And I've met white people who are more loving towards black people than Sheriff Clarke. He's crazy. But that's neither here nor there. On a serious note, why I'm here is we have a bill that's coming up called Bill 248. And let me give you a little background. There's been a couple suits here in the city of Milwaukee placed that were brought against by citizens against the police department for illegal anal searches. Police officers that like to stick their hands in our rectal areas and vagina areas without their hands being washed. This is the fetish of the Milwaukee Police Department. So, the history of pretty much white men in general. I hate to say it, but it's true. Abner Louima, the sick ones. This is what they do. They go for the booties and asses. Frank Jude had his butt just decimated with a pocket knife. And I don't know why white men do things like this. That's something black men don't do. When they beat you up, they either shoot you. They don't go poking around in your body parts and stuff like that. So it's not something that I'm really accustomed to, but I know a lot of times when you're dealing with white freaks, that happens. So now we're dealing with a bill that's coming across simply because the officers are actually angry that they have been called out, named in lawsuits, civil suits, for violating human rights. So now they want to bring this Bill 248 up to have people vote on that gives the police officers the right to give people in the city of Milwaukee, not any of the other counties, cities, but just Milwaukee, the ability to go and dig into people's cavities. Now, first of all, let me give you a little history. Milwaukee is the largest city in Wisconsin. It is the majority of where the black people live. Get that Laverne and Shirley shit out your mind, because that ain't really what happened. This is what's happening here. What's happening here is you got a few white people that are leading a bunch of black people to the slaughter. Okay, it's the second most racist city in the United States. Well, actually, it's probably the first, I believe, but it's the second most corrupt police department in the United States. Racist and corrupt. This department is known for planting evidence on people, it's Chicago. You know, 'cause Chicago is like what 80, 70 miles right outside of Milwaukee. So we're a big city with a small town atmosphere. Yet a lot of people sleep on us. But now we're gonna come alive because I don't think it's one person that I talk to that is gonna comply with this Bill 248. So what we're trying to do now is inform people what exactly 248 is, to find out if they're comfortable with police officers digging in their booties, because that's about the size of it. The police officers want to dig in our asses, okay? And so much and so bad to the point where they've actually created a bill, and they wanted to pass through the Senate, uh, that this can be legal practices here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Like I said, we ain't going for it. I know I'm not. So it comes a time where you have to find a reason to live, and you have to find a reason to die. You don't just die for nothing. But if you're gonna die, you should have a reason to die for that is constructive, not because Momo and Ray Ray and them stepped on your black shoes. But this is one of those reasons, and this is one of those causes, because this is totally violation of human rights. And I guess we're supposed to get some sick pleasure in, well, if the bill passes, there will only be female officers digging in females' asses, and there will only be male gender officers digging in male asses. We don't want our butts dug in. Say no to Bill 248. Say no to it. Because if you don't, it's going to say no to us collectively as a group of people. This is the last straw. What you're going to do about it? Have a good day, y'all. See you next time.